Hi, friends, and welcome to Khan Academy Kids Circle Time. My name is Sophie, and I am so excited to be here today with you all for a very special episode. And I'm really excited because today I have my friend Paul joining me for Circle Time. Let's say hi to Paul. Hi, Paul.
Hi, friends. Hi, Sophie. Thank you so much for having me with you on Circle Time. I am so excited to be here today. I heard that we're going to be reading a book today called The Best. Should we go ahead and get started with the book?
Yes, let's.
The Best by Cynthia Platt. As his dad dropped him off at the kids' club one morning, he told Peck, "Do your best today." My best, Peck thought. He'd already packed the healthiest snack he could. To top it off, Peck gave his dad the warmest hug before he left. How else could I be the best today? Peck wondered. At the kids' club, Peck joined a game of tag. "You're very fast," Peck told Olo. Then he turned to Sandy. "And you are even faster. But I'm the fastest of all." After their game, it was mindfulness time. They got comfortable and took some deep breaths. Rhea sighed. "I feel so calm now." "I know," Cody agreed. "I feel much calmer than I did before." "That's great," Peck added, "but I feel the calmest because I took the deepest breaths." His friends looked at each other, confused.
What do we think is going on here, friends? Well, it seems like during mindfulness time, which is a time to take deep breaths and relax and be calm, Peck is making it a competition about who can be the calmest, and Cody and Rhea are wondering, why is Peck making it a competition? We're all just trying to be mindful and calm.
Interesting. Soon it was time for Rhea's birthday party. They all sang and had cake. "Did you know I'm older than you?" Peck asked her. "I think I'm the oldest one here." Everyone stopped eating their cake and looked at Peck. They were a little puzzled. "It doesn't matter who's the oldest," Olo said gently. So even though it's Rhea's birthday celebration, Peck is still trying to win everything. Peck spotted that Rhea had a notable ribbon. It said, "Best Birthday Kid." Peck wanted to feel happy for her, but he kind of felt frustrated. He wanted to be the best today, but there was no way he was capable of being the best birthday kid. It wasn't even his birthday. Peck knew it was unreasonable to feel upset about that. Instead, he focused on being the best at everything else. He flew his kite higher than his friends. He painted a remarkable rainbow during arts and crafts. "It's the brightest and the prettiest," he said. Finally, it was snack time. Peck excitedly said, "Want to see who brought the healthiest snack?" "Peck, we're kind of worried about you," Olo began. "You were acting really competitive," Sandy added. "What's going on?" "Oh," Peck explained. "I'm just trying to do my best today. I thought that being the best meant being better than everyone else." "Doing your best is important," Rhea told Peck, "but it's also important not to compare yourself to others." "Sometimes I feel competitive too," Sandy said, "but I remind myself that even though I'm not the fastest one today, I'm faster than I was yesterday, and that's what matters." "You're right," Peck replied. "I couldn't fly my kite at all at first. Now I'm really good at it. And you're a great runner, Sandy." Afterward, they all played track and field games. Peck laughed during the long jump because he had the shortest jump of his friends. I don't mind, Peck told them, because I know I did my best.
Wow, Paul. It seems like Peck's friends helped Peck to understand that we don't need to compare ourselves to everybody. We don't need to always be the best or always win. That it is enough to do our best, to try hard, and to put a lot of effort into things. And that is all we need to do.
That's right. I think Peck's friends helped explain it to him very well because they helped him see that you don't have to be the best and compete against everybody else all the time. You just have to give it your best. And as long as you're always improving, that's what matters.
I think that book had a lot of activities in it, a lot of sports. And that reminds me of something called the Olympics. Friends, have you ever heard of the Olympics? Some of our friends are saying yes. Some of our friends are shaking their head and saying no. Some of our friends look a bit confused. Well, it's a very special time of the year at the moment because in Japan, the Olympics are happening. And the Olympics is a time where very talented people from all over the world come together to show their talents. And their talents might be sports. They could be something like swimming, like track and field that we saw in the book where the Khan Academy kids were doing long jump. It might be something like gymnastics, if you've ever done that before. It might be something like tennis. And the Olympics is a really amazing time where everyone is doing their best. Paul, do you have a favorite part of the Olympics?
The Olympics are so exciting, Sophie. One of my favorite parts of the Olympics, though, is actually at the very beginning. The country that hosts the Olympics has a relay where lots of people get together to take a torch, which is like a big light, and they run it across the country and then take it to where the Olympics are going to start.
Wow. So is it like a relay where they pass it from person to person?
That's right. So it takes a lot of teamwork to get the torch from one place to another. One person moves it and then passes it on to another person. And then that person takes the torch and moves it on further. And then at the end of the relay, they take the torch to where the Olympics begin.
I love that, Paul, and I love that it is your favorite part of the Olympics. Friends, would you like to play a game? I'm thinking we could find something at home that looks a bit like a torch, which Paul said is a big light, like a big candle. So I've got this piece of card here. It's an old piece of card, but I'm going to fold it over into this cone-like shape, which is a torch. It's a little bit tricky for you to see, but it's narrow at the bottom and wide at the top. Just let me take my tape and I'll tape it together. Oh, I've got to hold on to it tight. Can you see there my torch? It's a bit like an ice cream cone. And Paul said it's like a big light. So I think we have to put some flame, some make-believe flame, not real flame, because that would be a bit dangerous. But see my flickering flame? Oh, maybe some more flame. I'm using a ribbon from my birthday present this year. It's nice and golden like a flame. Oh, and look at that. I've nearly made my Olympic torch. And the idea is that this is my torch and I would pass it to the next person and then they would run a little way. And just like Paul said, as a team, we would take this very special torch all the way to the big stadium where the Olympics would begin. And that, friends, is what's happening this month in Tokyo, Japan.
Isn't it exciting, friends? The Olympics are just about to begin. And with the relay, every person along the way who's helping move the torch from one place to the next, every person is doing their best. And together, they all do their best. And through their teamwork, they're able to help start the Olympics.
Well, Paul, it was fun making my torch. I'm wondering, have any of our friends been making anything at home lately?
They have. Our friends have been sharing lots of exciting things they've been doing at home. How about we start show and tell and we can take a look? Up first in show and tell today, we have a drawing that was shared with us by our friend Irene. Irene drew all of the characters from Khan Academy Kids. I see Cody and Peck and Alo and Rhea and Sandy.
Wow, it looks like Irene managed to get all 5 characters on 2 pages. That's very clever, Irene. Well done. Beautiful drawings.
Thank you so much for sharing with us, Irene. Here we have another picture of all of the characters from Khan Academy Kids. This drawing was shared by our friend Zarin. Zarin drew the heads of all the characters. So you can see Rhea and Sandy and Cody and Peck and Alo. Great job, Zarin.
Wow, one thing I love about Zarin's picture is that Zarin got all the colors so spot on. The yellow of Sandy with the pink in the ears. That's amazing, Zarin.
And here we have a picture shared by our friend Anastasia. Anastasia drew a picture of Rhea. To me, it looks like Rhea is maybe under a rainbow. What do you think, Sophie?
Ooh, yeah. I think Rhea looks like she might even be celebrating under a big rainbow. And at the ends of the rainbow, I think I see some cloud. That is beautiful, Anastasia.
And last this week, we have a drawing shared by our friend Scott. Scott shared a picture of Sandy. I like how in the corner you can see that big S, and it could be an S for Sandy or an S for Scott.
Wow, that's amazing, Scott. I love this drawing because Sandy is one of my favorite Khan Academy Kids characters.
Great job, Scott. Thank you for sharing your drawing with us. Gosh, all of those drawings from today's show and tell were so great. I loved seeing all the characters from Khan Academy Kids. It had me thinking back to the book that we read called The Best, and thinking about all the different ways that the characters might try and do their best. Like, what if Sandy challenged Cody to climb a tree and to see who could do it the fastest? But then maybe Sandy couldn't quite climb the tree. What could we say to Sandy to encourage her?
Well, I hear one of our friends saying that we could say, "Good job, Sandy. You did your best."
I think that sounds like really nice encouragement. It's important to remember that just because somebody can't do something the fastest or the highest or the best doesn't mean they didn't still do their best. As the Olympics get started, I wonder if there are some of the events that our friends could do at home, and maybe they could try doing their best and show us what kind of activities they like to do at home. Maybe rhythmic gymnastics or track and field or swimming. As long as you've got an adult to help supervise you, we would love to see all of the activities that you want to try.
Hi, friends. Well, I am so excited about all these Olympic activities we can do at home. But before I begin, because I'm outside, I'm going to do something to protect myself from the sun. And where I'm from, we call it slip, slap, slop. I'll tell you what that means. I'm going to slip on a t-shirt. I'm going to slap on a hat. And I'm going to slop on some sunscreen. And that means I'll be nice and protected from the sun while I do my Olympic sports. Don't forget my ears, my neck. Okay, good. Now, let's do some Olympic sports. My first sport is scootering. Woo! Now, I'm going to try some baseball. Our next Olympic sport, friends, could be weightlifting. Find something a little bit heavy around the house and practice safely lifting it up. Maybe you're getting a little bit tired of doing all the Olympic activities yourself. So here I set up a starting line for my 4 favorite Matchbox cars. And now I'm going to see if they can have a race. Ready, set, go! Ooh! Wow, it looks like the littlest one won that race. What about this sport that I just learned, friends? It's called badminton. And you have this long racket here, and you have this, which is called a birdie. And that's kind of like the ball, and then you hit it. Or you could go to your local pool and have a swimming race. Ready, set, go!
Wow, Sophie, those look like some great activities. I can't wait to see our friends creating their own Olympics at home. Don't forget to share all of the fun that you have with us for show and tell. And remember, as long as you do your best, that's all that matters. Thanks so much for joining us today on Circle Time. It was so lovely to see you all. We'll see you next time for more reading and activities and fun. Goodbye for now from Paul, Sophie, and Khan Academy Kids. Bye, friends.
Bye, friends.